Okay, boys, we finally got an update on 1348X Voto, a game that nobody liked to play, including the people who advocated for it. What a surprise, right? It's almost like they were just virtue signaling to try and make us look bad for not liking this garbaggio. Now, I'm very interested in hearing how this game is doing right now. So, hey, let's keep our hopes up. Maybe it would be a good game.
I've been covering 1348X Voto quite a bit on the channel because the developers have been throwing hissy fits on social media. They've been silencing people. They released this demo, which highlights the fact that this.
Of course they would. Of course they would. It's what they do best, right? The people who advocate for freedom of speech, they are the one who's doing all the silencing. Incredible, right? It's only free speech when you agree with me. Awesome.
Is not a game anybody should spend money on. But over the past 24 hours, a lot of their past posts have been brought up, and man, oh man, does it make them look even worse than they already did. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams.
I mean, yeah, they went on a Twitter rampage.
Patreon or YouTube
Classic.
memberships. Now, we know these people feel very high and mighty because the access media was praising them and activists in the industry were praising them and saying this game is so stunning and brave because it features a LGBTQ plus cast.
Oh, you need to realize these people are the ones in charge with Blizzard Entertainment right now. Okay? These are the people who actually made WoW bad. And that's why I'm so mad. And that's why I'm covering this game as well. I don't really care about this game. Clearly, you can tell. That doesn't really affect me personally. It's just the entire ecosystem that makes me kind of, go crazy. Because I want WoW to be good again. I want World of Warcraft to have chest hair. But unfortunately, that would never be the case. At least not as far as I can see.
But some of their past posts have been brought up, screenshotted, shared around, and I thought we would talk about them because as we're getting closer to release, there are some people who are saying,
Well, what do we have on screen? Okay, so Michael here asked, why do devs keep making intentionally unattractive female characters? And apparently they answered. The response was, why do you expect women to necessarily be attractive? Oh my god. Oh my god. Guys, do you understand why am I telling you that the future of gaming is not in Western culture anymore? It's just going to go to Eastern game developers? I told you. We're cooked. It's over. We can only rely on Eastern companies to actually make things right again. They are the only one who can right this wrong. They are the only one who can correct the current course we're on. And you know what? I'm just gonna keep supporting them. Right now I'm playing Where Winds Meet. Every character is either a very handsome dude or a very pretty broad. And I like that. I love that. I miss that. We used to have that. Now we don't. So, you know what? I love Where Winds Meet for it. I cherish this game dearly. And even though I haven't played it for a week because I didn't have time, my god, I had such a horrible week at work. I'm so glad to be back into it. My god, it's beautiful.
maybe I would buy this for $10 just to meme on it, but I don't even know if they deserve that. So, yes, the demo came out a few...
No, don't give him a dime. I mean, I understand that you want to meme on it. It's fine. You gain something personal out of it because obviously the views you're going to make from laughing at it, it's going to just have a lot of return on investment, so it's worth it for you. But for the average person, like, please don't. Like, please, for the love of God, actually don't. If you do buy this game, you can be assured that I would be inside of your walls.
2 days ago, it is god-awful.
I'll be watching.
It is abysmal. It is horrendous. It is one of the worst demos I've played in a very long time. And knowing that they are going on their Steam forums and they are locking down threads, they are banning people, they are just trying to silence gamers, hearing this doesn't surprise me. So, of course, this all stems from their initial post about meeting Bianca and the quest begins that happened back on January 22nd. They had then followed up with the put this game on your modern agenda post, and people were commenting things like, why do devs keep making intentionally unattractive female characters? And they said, why do you expect a woman to necessarily be attractive? So it's very.
Because we want an escapism for real life. From real life, sorry. You need to understand, I'm ugly in real life. I don't want to be ugly inside of a video game too. I can just, if I want to be ugly, I'll just look in a mirror. Why in God's name would I pay any price whatsoever to play an ugly character? I want to play a big buff brown guy because that's who I aspire to be. That is something that I say in many of my videos. And I can't even wrap my mind about why in God's name would you intentionally uglify women or men in video games. It's just mind-boggling to me.
Women do not exist to be nice on the eyes for you, Frosk level rant.
Yeah. And also, they want to serve their own agenda. It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter. If you want to serve your own agenda, it is in your best interest to make the most people integrated into it by having, like, handsome characters and, like, good-looking characters. Because that's what pulls people in. If you want to draw people into your culture like the Chinese are doing, you're gonna create beautiful characters. That's how they all get hooked. Look at Korean pop culture. Everyone is in on it right now. Because it's good? Maybe. But it's because everyone is attractive. That's the power. That's the true drawing force of it. And if you want to make people just, you know, be integrated into your, whatever message you're trying to convey, then doing it with good-looking characters is the way to go, always.
Which is so freaking pathetic. But
Yeah.
because we're talking about fiction, okay, nobody
Nobody likes Sylvanas because she's a cool huntress, by the way.
expects a 500-pound tub of lard to be flying around as Superman. So why is it so ridiculous that we expect men to be knights? Or even in this case, how are we supposed to expect a woman that looks like she's 120 pounds to be swinging around a sword and being able to keep up with the men that she is fighting? You guys constantly bitch and moan and groan about realism, realism, realism. What about that argument now? I personally don't care.
Realism is when I agree with what's real. That's realism, okay? When I get to choose which part are true and which parts aren't, that's realism.
Care about realism, but I do care when you have talked about things like historical accuracy and your actresses are going into interviews and into these behind the scenes videos talking about, ooh, historically accurate. And at the end of the day, we're talking about entertainment. People are supposed to be amused and they're supposed to be enjoying their time. I don't want to look at ugly. I want to look at beauty. And it's fine if not every single character in a piece of entertainment is a 10 out of 10 bombshell. But man.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, have you played GTA 5? Like, what are we talking about? The characters aren't attractive. They're just good. And that's what the beauty of it. Like, these were just good characters. The problem isn't the way that the characters look. It's more of the blatant agenda that they're trying to push on us. Again, it's the same thing with World of Warcraft. Like, the power of friendship and, like, the weird dragons that, oh my god, they were so cringe. I still can't believe that Dragonflight was a real expansion, by the way, okay? I'm still trying to grasp it, but at the same time, it was so lame. Because if you made the expansion actually good, most people would have skipped the part that the dragons looked hella sus. But no, it was the clear narrative that they tried to push on us that made people just want to hurl.
Oh man, this is funny because they answer a question with a question and they're getting dunked on. Why not answer my question first? If I called your protagonist pretty, would you be offended? He asked first, you answer. Why would you intentionally make a fictional woman ugly? That's a much better question. In fiction, we can create whatever we want. Why create ugliness? Is that what inside of you? Then we have somebody saying, can she be more ugly, please. And they responded with, we will soon run a poll to ask people how they like women to be visually represented in RPG games. And this does hurt.
Oh man, the answer they would get. Oh, I bet they're not going to like that. That's 100%.
Harken back to A Knight's Path, and even with Lords of the Fallen, developers actually asking their players what they want, but they're memeing on it like that's such a ridiculous concept. Like, it's a concept they can't even fucking compute. Yeah, maybe if you did put up a poll and asked what people want and you followed the results of those polls, you would actually make more money. Here we have another. Somebody said retarded gay garbage, and they responded with lots of hearts. Yeah, they are coping over the fact that they are facing so much backlash. If it's not Joan of Arc, I'm playing Knight's Path. So long, buddy. You don't fucking understand.
They think they are the main character and they just did not get it. They're being ridiculed. And I mean, it's funny. Maybe they do understand. Nah, actually, I don't believe that. I think they're just thinking they're the main character, and it's very common with these type of people. They do not care about anyone but themselves. All that you see from them is narcissistic traits, and I'm not surprised. It's the nose ring theory. Exactly. It's the nose ring theory. All over it again. It's just those people who constantly seek attention that are so lame, and they are the ones who are writing the stories for the franchises you once loved. Oh my god. Man, listen, I get it, okay? We had a good time, now we have a bad time. Please, can we have the good times again? I kinda had enough.
You have like 10 people that are a part of the modern audience that are going to buy your fucking slop, okay? You shouldn't be pushing people away. You're a company who is trying to make
I'll lower
money.
the volume bit.
No money, no job. No job, fries bag. It's not that hard to fucking compute. So saying you're...
It was never about money, it was about sending a message. Joker said it the best, and they go that route, which just goes to show you, like, who these people really are. They don't care. All they want to do is do something that makes them feel bad. Feels good, sorry. Even though in reality it creates a lot of rancor and doing the complete opposite effect of what they would have wanted to happen, but at the same time, they don't care. They're narcissistic. All they want is to virtue signal and make themselves look elevated compared to everyone else because they have a higher moral standard than all of us. That's it. There's nothing, it was never about the money. Never. They do not care about it. If they did, they would have stopped after Concord, or even way before that. But clearly, it just keeps going on and on and on. This slop would continue until all of the developer studios would have enough. And to be honest, I have no idea how they still get funding. It's crazy. After one Concord, sure. We got Concord 2, Concord 3, and Concord 4 is on the way. And by the way, I'm talking about Highguard, Marathon, and the new Horizon game. I forgot how it's called.
Saying, haha, so long, suckers. You do realize that is you leaving the industry, right? Like, haha, so long. These people are so fucking stupid. It is ridiculous that they make posts like this and think that, ooh, they're gonna win or they're on the right side of history. Clearly, that's not going to happen. You're not going to win unless, I don't know, getting 200 people in your game is seen as an epic chud. Oh,
Massive W.
Hey, I guess if that's all you expect.
It's not about the number of people, it's about having the bragging rights of, oh, I made that game, and, you know, everyone hated me because everyone is bigoted, and of course they're wrong, but it's just the fact that they took part of making a game that made them feel and look good in their eyes. That's it. That's all they care about. Bragging rights, and that's it. They don't care if the game was successful. The good thing is the industry do not give a shit about that. So, at least we have that. They would never find a job again. I think. I heard somehow Concord developers actually made their way into Highguard. I have absolutely no idea how.
Well, first of all, your expectations were kind of low, but the game only has 10,000 followers. It doesn't have pre orders up, so that means that they haven't made any money from it. But when you see 10,000 followers, you might think to yourself, oh, maybe that's actually like a decent amount, or like
No.
maybe you think that sounds high. But looking at Tales of the Shire, which again peaked at 6,723, which is already abysmal for a Lord of the Rings game, that had
Wait, we had a more Lord of the Rings slop and I didn't even heard of it? Oh man, why do they always take this good franchise? I mean, good, I call it good. Lord of the Rings is literally sublime. I mean, oh, why do they constantly do this, man? Why do the Lord of the Rings? We had Gollum and now this? Why it always happens to the best things ever? I just hate it. And don't get started with a new series, please. I don't want to talk about that. Okay? We don't talk about Rings of Power here. It never happened.
43,000 followers. Okay, there's no shot that this game, Ex Voto, is going to get tens of thousands of players in game. It's just not going to happen. And even after getting millions and millions of interactions between likes and reposts and comments on X and having multiple articles written about your game, the best you could muster was 167 in the demo. And the demo is free. Anybody in the world could go and download it right now. And this is the number that showed up. These modern audience members, and hey, I guess I'm part of the modern audience.
Of course, because they only want to virtue signal. When it comes to actual action and doing something, they would never do it because they don't care. They already said the thing that made them feel good, so now they're not obligated to actually do something about it. Okay? All they want is to portray themselves as the hero. That's it. They don't care about actually taking a stance and do something to advance their cause. They only want to be seen as the hero, and that's all. It's that simple. So that's why we should never give these people power inside of development companies, because they would never do good for a game. They would only look to do what's in their best interest instead of the players. And that's bad for every game whatsoever.
Now, we actually found a member because I play all these games, I talk about them.
Yeah. And by the way, it's not exclusive to like people with a certain agenda. It's also for other people who are just narcissistic as well, just like Stephen Sharif from Ashes of Creation. That's the best example I can give you right now, because this man didn't try to push a certain agenda. He tried to just push a PvP mentality, dumb mentality of players that are a fraction of an MMORPG fan base, and he tried to make a whole game out of it. And we've seen what came out from Ashes, like nothing but literally ashes, and that's it.
Part of the
game is a pure dumpster fire
that actually played this, so maybe these developers should be listening to me as I represent the modern audience now.
Oh,
and for anybody here who watched,
but that would require for them to admit they were wrong, and these type of people would rather jump into a chasm filled with flaming snakes than do that.
Represent the modern audience now. Doesn't that make you feel good? But yeah, I mean, this is just really pathetic all around. Like every single day I see something new with Ex Voto, and it just infuriates me more and more. In the case,
it shouldn't. It just should make you happy because you get to make content about it and everyone else just enjoys it.
Of 1348 Ex Voto on Steam, it has especially made me mad because they are locking down dozens and dozens, at this point hundreds of threads. They're banning hundreds of people and they're silencing any discussion, but that isn't going to gain you any sort of level of like respect. People are not going to take you seriously in the future, and really you guys just look absolutely horrendous. Like, you want to make money off of us, but you can't show us a sliver of respect, but yet you expect respect and money back. That's just not going to happen. So yeah.
No, they don't expect it. They just want to bully you into submission, and this is how they want to achieve said respect. They don't want to earn it rightfully. They want to just bully and ostracize you until you capitulate to their demands.
Voto isn't that far away in the grand scheme of things. Am I shocked to see that they're facing so much backlash? No, but what I do
No,
think is
Kaya is
interesting is
shocked.
all of their posts that are now resurfacing that I didn't even really know about because I wasn't following the game super closely when this was happening because I was more focused on actually talking about Knight's Path and giving the recognition to good developers. And again, go follow them on social media. Great team. Interviewed the lead before. Fantastic. They just unveiled one of their male characters, which looks very good. In my womanly opinion, he looks like a badass guy. But yeah, this is just not the way to market your game. This is not the way to go. And it's going to be very funny when this releases in 2 weeks and it's only got a couple people in game. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And if you didn't, give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way. But
It was a great video. Definitely gonna give it a like. I'm also gonna leave a link in the description. You guys can obviously click it, watch this video for yourself, give it a like. She's an amazing content creator. I love her videos. I was exposed to her recently because I never really heard of her before that. But since 1348X Voto Shenaniganry kind of jumped into my feed for some reason, I just watch her stuff. She's great. So we're gonna keep following up on that. It's kind of hilarious. I want to see how the release would actually do. But at the same time, oh man, I really wish those people would stop being in charge of Blizzard. I just had enough of wine moms and Labubu millennials taking care of the World of Warcraft franchise. I just had enough, brother. I want orcs to be manly again. I want the undead to actually be scary, and I want the horde to be glorious. Okay, I know Alliance players, like you got the brunt edge too, right? I mean, you got King Varian being died in the most horrific way ever. It was so shameful. Don't get me even started on Tyrion. Oh my god, it was so bad. Anduin is just a massive crying baby. To be honest, Thrall is also too. Jaina just bitch and moan all day. So many characters from the Alliance were done dirty as well. We're all hurt here. But I'm a Horde player at heart, and whenever I see Sourfang being humiliated by a Yas Slay Queen in a Magorad, it was so unfair. It made my PvP battles look great in comparison. I just can't comprehend it, okay? I just had enough. So I want WoW to be good again, but as long as we give these people power to stay in charge, it's going to stay. And what I mean by that, I mean that we vote with our wallets, and we need to stop paying Blizzard. I haven't fired up my old Battle.net account in like 5 years or so, okay? More than that. So I really hope you guys could somehow do the same, but at the same time, I understand why you play WoW only, because even I from time to time think about returning. I was really contemplating whether I should play Classic or not. Obviously not Retail, God forbids, but I was really looking forward to playing TBC again because it's so fun, it's so good, and I just went, nah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to give Blizzard more of my money. I'm on a streak, and I'm not looking to break it, but regardless, it was a great video, so I'm glad I watched this.